and maybe you can get some idea about how the data engineering works. You said you worked on some projects on data engineering, right?
mm.
So what you understand about data engineering? What you worked on that? What is the output of the data engineering that you completed in our recent, I mean, your past job?
Experience.
Yeah.
This is nothing but data engineering is the one who deals with the data and manages with the data, and he manipulates, translates everything, and gives it to the business management. Power BI and Tabule. These are the people who does uses this, and that also can be analyzed by the data analyst.
Yes, that is true. So data
Hmm.
engineers build intermediate products. They won't build a final product that can be used
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
users. They build intermediate products like data warehouse or
Hmm.
analytical platform where that can be used by the data scientist to model the data to
Hmm.
create predictive or forecasting models. Okay, or
Okay.
else data analyst to build the Power BI or Tableau in a dashboard report. So we build all
Hmm.
intermediate products, but that is not mean that we don't do much work. Actually, most of in data engineering analytics, most of the works done by the data engineers only.
Hmm.
So 60% job will be done by the data engineers. If data scientists are there, they will do some work to build the forecasting and predictive analysis. Data analysts will be 10-20% to create a visualization in the data. Okay, remaining
Hmm.
that everything will be done by the data, and that's why we have more demand in the market compared to the data analysts. Data scientists they have more market, but the jobs are very less, and people also very less in market. So if you are in statistics and everything you are interested, you can learn data science also. But as a that if you know if you are well know about this data SQL server and SQL data, it is better you can work with the data engineer. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So here, so before data engineering is there, right? We are calling data engineering now, but earlier that one we have business analytics or business intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do this data will be there in different places,
Hmm.
and we use some techniques and we build the business insights. These
Hmm.
to
Correct.
we are going to learn these tools, how to get the
Hmm.
data, how to extract, load, or transform, or how to clean the data, how to check the data quality. Those things we are going to uh, learn and do in the daily work of data engineering. These are the tools and techniques we are going to learn. We get this data from different places and we do some transformations and we build a meaningful data for with the business insights. Okay.
Hmm.
So we are going to learn these tools. I'm going to tell what are the tools are we are going to learn in the Azure Data Engineering.
Hmm.
So these are different buzzwords, business intelligence, data science, data analytics, data. These
Hmm.
are all are simple, similar words. They have their own differences. But business intelligence, do you know what is business intelligence?
No.
Business intelligence is nothing but before the data science is right. We have different tools are there in on-premises, right?
Hmm.
From Microsoft, we have SSIS, SSRS,
Hmm.
SSIS, right?
Hmm.
These
Hmm.
three tools we call as a business intelligence tools.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
build the data warehouse and we create the reports. That's it. We don't do much.
So okay. So from on-prem to directly getting into the uh, without using this Microsoft Azure services,
Yes,
we are
yes.
putting into the data warehouse.
Before Azure is there, right? So we have different tools from Microsoft is Microsoft Business Intelligence, from
Hmm.
Oracle OBI. These are on-premises
Hmm.
tools. So
Hmm.
there we don't have Azure or maybe cloud we don't have. At the time we
Hmm.
use these different tools and we build the business intelligence. Just get the
Yeah.
data from different places and clean it and create a business analytics report. That's it.
Okay.
But in data engineering we are doing more than that.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
just in ETL, not only ETL, we build the analytic cubes and different things we do. But the work
Hmm.
is same. If you
Hmm.
know SSIS. business in SSIS, we can easily learn our ADF, Azure Data Factory, because that
Acha.
is the same ETL tool. If you know
Mm-hmm.
SSRS, right, SQL Server
Mm-hmm.
Reporting Service, we can
Mm-hmm.
easily learn Power BI. That is a cloud service.
Mm-hmm.
SSRS is a reporting service that's
Reporting
in
tool. Okay.
on-premises.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, SSAS is there, Analytical Cube.
Mm.
If you know about that one, Synapse Analytical, you can easily understand that one.
Acha. Okay.
Okay, these are the different. Before the data engineering, there people used to work with the business intelligence. So once now on cloud, we are
Is
calling
that
as a
also Microsoft tools? Those tools are
yes,
also
yes,
from
yeah.
Microsoft.
Those are the SQL Server, SSRS, SQL Server
Okay.
Reporting Service. SQL Server is from the Microsoft one, right?
Okay. 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 Understood.
So this is a different words, and the main work of the data engineering, right? First thing is the grabbing the data, because
Mm.
data will be there in different places. Some people maintain data in SQL Server, some people maintain data in Oracle or SharePoint, OneDrive. Like there will data will be stored in different places. The ultimate
Mm.
goal of data engineering is get the data from different places and keep it
Clean
in
it.
one place. Yeah, before keep it or after keep the data, right? We clean that
We
data
clean
also.
it. Mm.
We analyze the data. Sometimes we need to create some inbuilt metrics also in the data.
Mm. Mm.
If not, we will just create, clean the data, and we give the meaningful data. After that, data analyst will do the analyze, visualizing the data. Okay, the first three parts will be done by the data engineers: grabbing the data,
Mm.
storing the data, and clean it. If you do in
I have
on-premises,
one
yeah,
question,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Uh, every time, like for every pipeline or for every requirement, we keep
mm,
doing this process, right? Or
yeah,
we already get the data and keep it in one place and we clean it and transform it and transfer it to the business requirement like that, or for every different pipelines it does different requirements, so every time it brings, stores, cleans, transforms, and then push into the gold layer like that.
correct, correct. Yeah, because there will be when we design the project, right? We will segregate what kind of data we need to keep, because the
Mm.
ETL design, right? For
Mm.
example, some set of data we will keep in one ETL. The other
Mm.
set of
Mm.
data will keep in another ETL. ETL means
Correct.
pipeline. So we will decide that one, whether we need
Mm.
one pipeline or multiple pipeline. What is the that is all we need to decide
So
when you.
every for
Yeah,
every process, for every pipeline or for every requirement, we start from the scratch, saying that if it is in on-prem or AG in different location, we need to move it to the other location. We have to follow the same process, right?
the same process. Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Now 99% is 100%. You can say all the data will be stored into the cloud only, because less pricing,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. That
earlier
is
we
what. If
used.
we put
Yeah.
everything at one place, whenever we need, we can pick it up and we can push it up, right?
Yes, correct. So
Hmm.
the data, the source will be the on-prem or cloud, but that is
Hmm.
target always will be the cloud only, whether it is
Mm.
Azure,
Target will be cloud
AWS.
only. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Wherever the source it is. Yes,
yeah.
understood. Understood, sir.
So this is the traditional data business intelligence projects. Earlier data warehouse. Now we are not calling data warehouses. We have lake house, right?
Mm.
So
Data
before
lake
that
house.
we called as
Yeah.
a data warehouse. So
Mm.
we used some ETL tools here to pull the data from CRM or ERP product and different sources and create a data warehouse. This is the legacy or previous systems. Still people use these legacy projects
Mm.
also.
Mm. Legacy
Uh,
system.
so we have the data warehouse. Data warehouse will be still they will connect to the Power BI also. Layer house we can connect the
This
reporting,
data
analytics,
lake and Azure data lake storage both are same,
data
right?
lake. No, no, this data warehouse, what I am showing here,
No, no,
this is
not
the
this one.
mm,
Not this one. The words the people uses data lake and Azure data lake service storage both are same, right?
same. Data in Azure we called as the ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage.
Okay.
Okay, but the concepts we are going to learn is lake house architecture. How to build this? We have right our lakehouse architecture in the sense if we use the delta like format, if we use the medallion architecture, all these are
Mm.
concepts in the lakehouse. But what
Okay.
you are asking is Azure Data Lake is the storage area to keep the
Mm.
data, all the data
Mm.
in the in
Mm.
Azure. In Azure, we
Azure
use a ADLS
Databricks.
service. That is a
Yes.
service from the Microsoft.
Okay,
In this
understood.
diagram, what I'm mentioning is the legacy system where we
This I
use.
understood. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
So after we have this one, this is the second thing. When after this is the traditional one, ETL
Mm.
data warehouse, the same thing. And you see, this is the traditional B architecture. We build the
Mm.
data using SSIS, AS, and RS, right? So we build the data business intelligence projects. People still using this architecture in previous projects. Sometimes we may need to maintain that one. That's why I'm mentioning in one of the clients still I'm working for the BI. Some people still
Okay.
use SSIS also.
What do you mean by cube, sir?
Cube actually it's a SSIS SQL Server Analytical Cube. So it is a multi-dimensional tabular cube. All aggregations will be built and people can connect to the cube instead of data warehouse. If you have data warehouse is nothing but a table, right? Data will be
Storage.
stored in the
Yeah.
tables
Storage.
in a dimensional modeling, fact and dimensional
Yes.
model,
In a
right?
row set. Oh, facts and dimensions. Yes.
So cube will have the aggregated data, so we don't need to create aggregations in the reporting layer. We can that
Oh,
will be done in
already
the cube.
clean data, you mean?
Yeah, clean
Okay.
data and aggregated data.
Aggregated
Already
data.
analytical measures and everything will be created in the cube. Cube is
Already done
also
in the cube. Okay.
yeah, cube is also kind of a database only.
Gotcha.
There is
Okay.
a service SSAS. Still, I think we have SSAS in Azure also. Azure SSAS. If you see the
Mm-hmm.
Azure subscription, you can there will be one
I
service
saw
is
that.
there.
Yeah, this I saw
But
it.
people not using
SSAs.
this nowadays. But
Uh-huh.
earlier, we used to use, but nowadays they are only using SSAS. Maybe they will depreciate later, but currently it is available. So not
Mm-hmm.
so most of the people are not using SSAS nowadays. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the SSRS reporting layer.
Mm.
So then the second area of this data engineering, right? First one is business intelligence, like on-premises business. In the second area, we have big data, right? In the
Mm.
second area, we have Hadoop clusters, right? So
Mm.
data size is increased. Big data is nothing but a data is in a
Mm.
huge
Mm.
format,
Huge static. Yeah. Yeah.
terabytes, petabytes of data. If you want to maybe some structured, unstructured data. Earlier, most of the times in legacy systems here, right, all the data is in the structured format only.
Mm.
Structured format means in the tabular format.
Tabular format.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to big data in the second array, so second
Mm.
generation, you can call it second generation, their data will be
Okay.
in different unstructured and
Unstructured.
structured format. So there we have Hadoop cluster. Hadoop cluster is nothing but a combination of multiple computers to handle the data. This is in on-premise. Hadoop clusters is on-premises. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
same nowadays we are using Spark, right? Spark is nothing but a cloud cluster. So this is the second generation. There we use Hadoop. Nowadays no one using this one also Hadoop and
Mm.
these clusters. So the third generation is the this one Synapse Analytics. Right here we have Synapse Analytics. We have the Spark. So this Hadoop cluster is nothing but a Spark. But in big data analytics, they use the on-premises Sparks. But now in Azure Cloud and Databricks, right? All these are cloud Hadoop. What
Mm-hmm.
is Hadoop means? Distributed computing.
Okay.
Distributed computing. Do you know what is the how the distributed computing works?
No, no. It is like
So we studied this one is in our
big data,
BTechs also.
small data as big data. It is like distributed accordingly, right?
Yes, yes,
And then it
distributing in the
is
name
computed.
itself, we have distributing. For example, we
Mm.
have 100 GB of data we want to process.
Mm.
If you
Mm.
process in one table, it takes 1 hour of time.
Yes,
If
yes.
we have the
So divide,
10,
we'll divide and distribute it. Yeah.
yes, yes. If you have 10 missions to process this one, it's automatically 10 missions works on the same work. Our work, so it will be done in 10 minutes of time, like that. Okay.
Okay,
So anyhow,
understood.
that we are going to discuss in the Spark. when we discuss about the Spark, how the Spark will be work and how the data will be. There will be some worker node and driver node. Different kind of concepts are
The
there in.
Spark and PySpark both are same, sir?
No, no. Spark is an environment where we write this one. The
Okay.
notebook and all the things we are executing,
Mm.
right? That is a environment. That is the
Mhm.
distributed computing system.
Okay, okay.
PySpark is a programming language. Python
Um,
library is
uh,
Python API.
so
Python
I need
code.
to learn Spark before getting
Yes,
into it.
before getting into the PySpark. So,
Okay.
like what you can say that as SQL Server is a uh, database. SQL is a programming language,
Correct.
same kind of. Spark
Uh-huh.
is an environment
Spark
where we
is an
have,
environment where we
mm,
need to work on, and PySpark is a coding which we need
yeah,
to write it
right
in the
to
Spark.
interact with the environment. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So here we have Hadoop clusters. In this Hadoop cluster, we have Spark clusters in Azure Data
Mhm.
Engineering and AWS or GCP and Data Engineering. In
Okay.
data warehouse, we have lakehouse architecture. So
Mm.
that is a current generation the projects where we are using Spark and Lakehouse architecture. So this is the
Mm.
traditional Synapse analytics. Actually, nowadays everyone are using Fabric also, right? We will touch upon this Fabric also in our
I heard about Fabric, but I'm not aware of the Fabric.
yes,
But
yes.
what is this Synapse Analytics?
Actually, this is the Synapse Analytics. Currently, most of the projects are executing in Synapse Analytics. Azure Data Engineering, right? There is a the data we use. If we use Databricks, we don't use Synapse Analytics. Synapse Analytics is also Spark environment.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
here, for example, the same
For
process is there.
transformation, you mean for transformation instead of Databricks, we use
Yes,
Synapse Analytics?
Synapse and is correct.
Okay,
Not only
understood.
for transformations, we can store data. We can
So
use
yeah, yeah, understood.
data pools.
It
So
is
we have
same as like Databricks.
correct, correct. So when we go with Databricks, when we go with Synapse Analytics, right? So there are different things. If actually Databricks is a other company, it's not Microsoft product. Databricks. It's
Oh,
a
is it? Okay.
but Databricks is collaborated with sorry, Microsoft is collaborated with Databricks.
Uh-huh.
Then we call it as a Azure Databricks. But Databricks separate company and Databricks have their own. It can work. It's not a cloud storage area. It's just cloud processing system.
Transformation only is done.
Yeah, not only transformation, it can do multiple things. I can show you when you create the Databricks environment. We
Hmm.
have free edition is there. We can see it's not only transformation. It will
Hmm.
process the data. It is a
Hmm.
Spark system actually. It's a
Hmm.
Spark system
Hmm.
where we can do
Environmental. That's correct.
yeah.
Hmm.
So my the backend will be we can use it Azure, we can use it GCP, we can use it AWS, any
Hmm.
cloud platform we can use it
Hmm.
because like it don't have the storage area. It will only have the process like how we have
Hmm.
RAM, right?
Hmm.
We are using SDT. Nowadays, every machine is using SD, right? Instead of
Hmm.
hard disk, we are using SD drives, right? So
Hmm.
same kind of thing. Databricks also SD drive. So we
Hmm.
can install any computer. We can
Hmm.
use in computer. We can use in laptop. Anywhere we can use it SD drive.
Hmm. Hmm.
Same way they build the system. So when we work with Azure, we use Azure Databricks.
Okay. And how about this? In Azure Databricks, we can use PySpark and
Yes,
Python or
yes.
these languages, right? In this
Python
Azure Synapses Analytics, which language we'll be using?
same thing
Same way.
actually. In Azure Synapse also support the PySpark SQL,
Uh-huh.
CSOP also we can write it. In
Okay.
Databricks we can write the Scala and the PySpark and SQL. Most of the times 80-90% we use SQL or Python. Very
Huh.
rarely some projects are using Scala.
Mm.
So that is a, because the Spark is built on top of this using Scala only maybe, but Scala
Mm.
no one use because we don't have much support for the Scala. Python
Oh.
is a robust programming language, right? You can
Ah,
write multiple things. That's why most of the people use the Python. If
okay.
people comfortable with SQL, they use the SQL, Spark SQL.
Okay.
So these are the things we are going to learn. Azure Cosmos DB staging storage areas. So we will create all these in our Azure account.
Different file systems.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are the source systems. We can keep the source,
Mm,
and when we create ADF pipelines, we read the data from the sources to
mm,
ADLS using ADF,
mm,
right? Data factory, and we'll write some PySpark, and we write some notebooks in Azure Synapse Analytics. And some people use Azure Analysis Services, AA, right? SSAS, I
mm,
mentioned as SQL Server Analytical
mm,
Services. Here we
mm.
call it as a Azure Analytical Services.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, but it is mostly in our most of the projects are not using, but some people, if the performance is low, then only we use analysis services. And finally, Power BI reports we can connect and I will execute two projects. One
Mm,
is Synapse Analytics, one is Databricks projects,
mm.
insurance and HR Analytics project. We have some. I have some files.
Data.
So yeah,
Oh,
data. Some
oh,
files we can process and we can execute end-to-end project, so that you can understand some idea. Okay,
oh, sure.
we can
That is
create
very good.
Power BI reports also. How to connect
Yes.
with Synapse Analytics and Databricks and build
Mm,
Power BI reports. How Power BI we don't do, but
mm,
we can understand how we can connect Power
mm,
BI to this
mm.
the intermediate product that we are building. Okay.
Okay.
So here, as you know, we have there are different roles: data science,
Mm,
data
this I
analyst,
know.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you
Data
are going to
science.
discuss on the data engineering. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
So here, these are the different tools we are going to learn. Azure, how the Azure services are. You asked me right before the course. We discussed before
Mm,
while an initial stage discussion how to create Azure. You can create Azure account, different services like
mm,
ADLS, SQL, Azure SQL. These are the resources. We call them as a resource or service. So we are going to create practically, or you have your own account, right? You can go and explore that one.
mm,
Initially, you can use free credits, and after that, you can use pay as you go. Also, we don't get much billing for that. What are the
mm,
services you're going to use? Those will they will get a bill monthly.
mm,
Okay. So I will show you. I will tell you how to use the Azure account also.
mm,
And the area of Python, you already know SQL and Python. I will skip
mm,
this one.
mm,
If you have this one, the course duration will be extended. So
mm,
I will mention PySpark, Databricks, Synapse,
mm,
Fabric, and I mentioned Azure DevOps. Okay,
mm,
because
mm.
instead of Git, if you know Azure DevOps, it is easy to understand GitHub also, but not a problem
Okay.
because whenever you work with Azure, right, or Azure Data Engineering, Azure Microsoft product,
Enhancements, yeah.
yeah, they use Azure
Mm.
DevOps only
DevOps to deploy it, right?
to deploy the code, to use the code versioning, or if you want to
Mm.
implement the CI/CD pipelines, right? So
Okay.
I will tell you
You'll
how to
be
use.
tell me this. Yeah, I need this.
Yes, yes. In data factory pipelines, how we connect the source and how
Mm.
we create the CI/CD pipelines in ADF and move the
Mm.
data from one environment to move the code from one
To
environment
another.
to another environment. How we are going to do? So
And in
we
the
are going to
ADF,
discuss all
the
the things.
activities, so many activities we have, right, sir?
Yes, yes. I will. Yeah, I will touch upon all these activities. Some we were
Ah,
going to discuss in our call. Some I will ask you to practice that one because there are
yes,
many
yes.
tasks are there. Most
Correct, correct,
frequently
correct.
activities are there. We can use them. Okay.
Okay. How much time it takes, sir, to complete this course?
Takes around 2.5 months, 2 months, more than 2 months also it will take based on our classes and our courses. I can say 2 to 3 months it will take.
How much time you can spend per day, sir?
Per day will spend 1 hour per class. After that, I will give some break to you. You can practice in the another 1 hour. So
Mm,
if you have any doubts are there, you can message me on WhatsApp or
mm,
any channel, Slack
mm.
or some other channel we are going to.
Then we can again discuss on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, sure.
Once you complete, right, if you are really excited to get it certified, right, you can write DP in
Mm,
700 also. Microsoft
Oh, is
Fabric.
it? I will be confident enough to write the exam also,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
There will be
okay.
some, even though you learn something, right, there will be some mock tests are there, some dump files are there. You can crack the exam. But right, these are all certifications are only 1 year validity.
Yeah, yeah.
So after 1 year, that you need to rewrite or renewal that one.
Mhm.
Certification is helpful when you get the job to put fill in
Yeah,
the
very true, sir.
resume.
I'm right now and want to get into the job right now, and also the knowledge to acquire the knowledge. Once
Oh,
I'm really confident enough, then I'll think about the certification.
okay.
Mm.
Okay, these are all things we are going to learn in our sessions. So, if you have anything, right, I'm going to discuss about what I learned and what I have the curriculum, right? I will share the curriculum with you also, so
Mm.
you can go one by one and learn all the things that
Mm.
that need for we can keep 3 4 years of experience in data engineering.
Mm.
But I will tell you how to things and project execution and everything. But you need to be learn the things, and if you have any questions, you need to ask me
I
questions
need to
and clarify
practice
that.
it. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I will
practice,
do that.
practically do that one. Otherwise, if you
I
learn
will
in the
not be
class,
confident
yeah,
enough. Now.
yes, yes,
Yes, yes,
correct.
yes. I understood. I'm very
Yeah,
much clear. I am fine with this. This is the things which I'm looking forward,
okay.
and especially from source to on-prem or source to destination
Mm.
by using ADF and also Databricks and transformations and everything like for an as you said 3 to 4 years of